Hello, everybody, and welcome to Anime Cherry Bomb, your one-stop shop for everything anime. I am the guy that ate the chop chop fruit, Jay. Along with me is the thief that stole my treasure, Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today, Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a Easter weekend, so I hope everybody had a great Easter. And if you didn't have a great...
And if you didn't have a reason, oh well.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we have an anime to talk about. What anime is that, Aaron?
We're talking about a little. I think it's a niche anime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One that fell under the radar.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's a little anime called. I think. Hold on. Let me get this right. Hold on.
I think it's
One PS. One PS. Is that how you say it?
Oh, it's a Spanish, right? Yes.
PS. Yeah. I think
it's,
so.
It's 1 foot. That's
One.
that's what it actually means. No, it's One Piece. We're talking about One Piece. So you want me to do the facts, or do you want to do synopsis? How do you feel today?
Let's. I don't know.
I think synopsis should probably be. We should do that first.
So
since I have a lot to talk about for facts.
Exactly. All right. So Luffy is a young eccentric pirate with only two goals in mind: to reach the fabled One Piece, a treasure immeasurable in wealth, and to become the Pirate King. Along with his crew, Zoro the Muscle, Nami the Navigator, Usopp the Sniper, and Sanji the Cook, they travel to the Grand Line in search of the One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Very
pretty much
sweet,
sums it up. Everybody has their own goal. Zoro
wants to be the greatest swordsman.
Nami wants to
map. Well,
she wants to pay off her debt.
Off her debt. / she wants to map the world.
Huh.
That's later on too.
Also, spoilers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's part of she wants to travel and map the world.
What about Usopp? He just wants to be a pirate.
Right? Yeah. And then Sanji wants to look for the Great Blue.
Yeah. All right.
Or the Grand Blue or Great Blue?
I think it's all blue.
All blue. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, something blue. All right, so let's dive into the facts. So One Piece is a shonen anime, which is like a teen, or I guess kid to teen.
Yeah, boys anime.
Yeah.
Usually just boys anime.
Yeah. And it was released in 1999. I was 8 years old. How old were you?
6.
You're 6?
I was 6.
Yeah, so that shows to the age of this anime.
Exactly.
There's over 800 episodes currently. That is, I don't know too many anime that have that many episodes.
Exactly. I think the closest one up to it's probably Detective Conan.
Oh yeah,
it's probably up there. I don't know if it's at 800. I know for sure it's at 700 something.
Okay.
At least
that one ended though, right?
No, it's still going.
It's still going?
Yeah.
Oh, case closed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was based on the manga written and illustrated by Ichihiro Oda. The first manga he's done was called Wanted, and some other stuff that he's done. He's done a crossover with Dragon Ball called it's like Dragon Ball and One Piece. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
It's called Cross Epoch. Hey, I've never heard of this, but that sounds very interesting that the Dragon Ball universe is mixed with the One Piece universe.
And I think it's also there's another one.
Oh,
I think it's
the cross, right?
Yeah, with I want to say it's Gintama.
Yeah, it's like some other manga thing.
Yeah. So
I wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Gintama have crossed over.
Yeah. And he has the Guinness World Record for the most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author, with over 320 million copies sold.
Yeah, well, if you're in business for almost 20 years, I mean,
yeah, if it's not broke,
don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
So, some cool facts that I've learned from over, because a lot of my friends are really big One Piece fans. A couple years ago, I think it's like 5 years ago, he came out and said he was halfway done with One Piece.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago, like fairly recently. He came out and said that he's halfway done.
He's at the halfway mark.
Yeah, and then that
so he has a story already like made up,
planned. Yeah, in case of his death, he does have manuscripts ready for the end.
Oh, okay.
So in case he dies, someone can just pick it up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then another really fun thing that one of my friends told me is when he hired his last assistant, he told his assistant, "Are you ready to die for One Piece? Because I am." So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I would be like, hell yeah, let's do it.
But
That would get me pumped.
exactly. And so like he's that dedicated to his work, and it's pretty cool to hear those kind of stories.
Yeah. All right, so episodes 1 through 278 was directed by Konosuke Uda, who's done Ginga E Kickoff. I don't know.
No, never heard of it.
Rainbow Flies. Have you ever heard of Rainbow
Nope.
Flies? And most currently an anime just called Days.
I know what you're talking about with that one.
Okay.
I know that one.
That's the most recent one, but he doesn't have too many. Probably like a dozen or so animes that he's directed.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So the studio was Toei Animation, who's been around since the 60s.
Oh,
If you didn't know.
yeah.
With like animes like Dragon Ball. They've done like the whole Dragon Ball series, I think.
Yeah.
And what else? They did Mazinger Z. That's a super old anime.
Oh my goodness.
And who else do I have? Oh yeah, that's pretty much all I wrote because they have like
They have a bunch.
yeah, it's like in the probably 200s of animes that they've done.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about it is maybe the reason why I really like One Piece a lot is you can hear a lot of reused sound effects from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And like when I first heard it, I was like, yo, this is hilarious. Like this is how blatant it is. It's like how much they're trying to save money.
I wrote a little bit about the sound effects to this anime because I did enjoy them.
No, yeah.
So this was licensed by 4Kids in the United States from 2004 to 2007, and then was picked up by Funimation. And they pretty much redid everything that they've done, right?
Yeah, they didn't. I think
it's like an uncut version is what they call it.
Yeah, the uncut version. So they put back the guns, they put back the blood,
and the Sanji cigarette.
Yep, Sanji's cigarette
because he had a lollipop in the
4Kids dub.
Yeah,
and then they put in a lot of cursing. Which is great. I really love. I can appreciate the.
Yeah, one of the things that I wrote about general likes, I like that there's cussing in this one.
I know. My favorite, a lot of the dub, because I watched the dub and Jay watched the sub, and I kind of confirmed it with them. Like the sub is not poorly written, but there's a lot of weird contrivances that they made to the writing. Like one of my favorite dubbing lines I told Jay earlier was about when they meet or when Gin talks about Hawkeye Mihawk for the first time.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, he had the man, he had the eyes of an hawk." And then Zeph comes up and goes, "Oh, you're talking about Hawkeye."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, you couldn't have fixed that to make it sound at least a little like better."
Yeah.
And there's another one where Luffy is talking to Don Krieg, and Luffy goes, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass." And then Don Krieg goes, "Oh, you're gonna kick my ass?" So if there's any ass kicking that's gonna be done here, it's like this, and this. I was like, like he said like ass like 8 times in a row. It was pretty funny. But I think watching, I went to go just cross check. Because a lot of people who watch One Piece told me stay away from the dub because it was bad, and so I was like, like how bad could it be? And when I first watched it, I think I looked up the 4Kids dub first. Not 4Kids dub is really bad.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Funimation dub, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I've watched the sub also. Like if when we do continue to do One Piece, I will probably stick on the dub as long as we can.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
And the dub goes all the way to like pretty far, right?
500 or 600.
Yeah.
I think it goes up to.
Yeah.
I checked the other day.
Yeah. All right. So the music was done by Kohei Tanaka, and he's done things like G Gundam, 8th MS Team. There's another Gundam series, the Dragon Ball, and some video games that he's done are like Sakura Wars and Gravity Rush.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I think it's his most recent video game that he's done.
Yeah,
He hasn't done too many video games.
Yeah, Gravity Rush's OST is really, really
Yeah,
good.
he did the first and second game.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard any of the tracks off there, but they're really really phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then background music in this anime is really, really good. That's the
Yeah.
biggest surprise I had for like how old it is.
Yeah, you were just telling me that you really like that. How does it go again?
It goes dun 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 dun. Oh man.
Yeah, like you could play that to like anything, like opening up your cupboard to get a bowl of cereal, and that'd be hella sick.
Oh my god. It's just that song is the epitome of like badass.
Yeah,
Um,
it really reminds me of like Bruce Lee movies or something. Like you're about to kick someone's ass or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly whenever they play that song, they're getting ready to
whoop some tail.
exactly. But I was really, really surprised because how cheap the animation gets at times.
Yeah,
I was really surprised how good the music is, especially for old anime. Old anime usually doesn't have that, well off of
Yeah.
music.
nothing that really stands out.
Yeah.
It's usually like your typical like fanfare that kind of like you lose it in whatever the story's taking place or whatever.
Yeah, like it has so many episodes. You would think that a lot of the music would be just throwaway
Yeah.
music, but it's probably up there in my like top 5
Really?
so far. Have we watched the
that we've watched.
yeah
Okay.
of just BGM
Uh-huh.
is really, really good. It really stands out,
hmm
and matches like a lot of like the seafaring battles. Like a lot of those songs are really, really cool.
Yeah.
All the songs that were in with Sanji
Uh-huh.
on the boat,
Yeah.
all those songs were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the other artist, there was 2 people that did the music. So the other person is Shiro Hamaguchi, and he's done All My Goddess, Rosario plus Vampire, Girls in Panzer, and he's worked on the video games Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10. He did Chocobo Racing, and he did the original Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter Tri.
Okay, so that's probably why the music is really stacked, because that sounds really, really good.
I know this guy. He works on a lot of the Final Fantasy games.
Well, if you think about it, so
He's done more than that than what I've listed.
he must. I was gonna say like he must have like got his bearings on One Piece, because I mean all the things he named were like after
Yeah.
One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just figured like, oh wow, maybe that's where he started, but maybe before that. But that's a really good resume of stuff
Yeah.
from both of those guys.
Yeah, especially like Final Fantasy 7. Everybody raves about that Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
So the opening theme is done by Hiroshi Kitadani, and he's pretty much only known for doing this and the 15th and 19th opening for One Piece. But he's also a member of a group called Jam Project, which is a collection of vocal artists that do music for anime and video games,
That's pretty
amongst
cool.
other things. The only one that I recognized that Jam Project has done was Scrapped Princess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they did some music for them. And Vic Mignogna actually performed the English version of the opening.
So I don't know if I must have brought this up at this point. I can't believe like it's taken 10 episodes to bring it up. By the way, happy 10th episode, Jay.
Yeah, oh yeah. 10th anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to get you a present.
Oh, dang it.
Well, I actually got you food.
Exactly. So that counts. But one of the things I really miss about dubs, I'm pretty sure I brought it up before.
Yeah.
But the one thing I really miss about dubs is the English, translating the theme songs in the English.
Yeah. I thought you were going to bring up. I think you were talking about I think it might have been Haruhi when you talked about it.
Maybe I know somewhere I mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I really, really love that they got Funimation dubbed like at least I think the first 5 openings, and that never happens anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they dubbed this back in what? When did you say they got it in 2010?
They got it in 2007.
Oh, so that's probably why they dubbed it, because they dubbed it back then. That's when they normally did it. That's when like Oron came out, and that's the one that sticks to my head is when they dubbed the Oron opening.
Was it Vic Mignogna that sang that one too?
He might have sang the ending.
Okay.
I want to say.
And if you didn't know Vic Mignogna, he's like Ed from Full Metal Alchemist. He's Tamaki from Oron High School Host Club.
You pick almost any Funimation dub, he's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of Funimation dubs, but those are like the two really big.
Yeah, one of the bigger ones that he's done.
Yeah.
I also wrote down that he was Keldeo in one of the Pokemon movies because I thought that was pretty funny. But he has a huge resume of stuff that he's done.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I was really, really, really surprised that and enjoyed the opening in English. I look forward to the next openings that are in English.
Mm-hmm.
Even the I know you're about to bring it up, the ending song. The ending
Yeah.
song is really good in English also.
Memories?
Yeah.
They did that one too?
Yeah, they dubbed all the openings and
I was
endings.
not aware of that. Okay. So speaking of the ending, so it was done by Maki Atsuki. She's done some other One Piece themes, and she's also like a solo artist. She has a few albums out. That's all I really have for the ending theme, though. But
yeah, it was also we could look it up, but it's fine. But that dub ending is pretty good.
mm-hmm. I didn't really spend too much time with the ending because I don't know. I listened to it once and that was it.
Yeah.
So I don't really have that big of an opinion on it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I mean, it's not as good as the open. I think the opening is just really, really good.
Yeah, it actually won awards from what I saw.
That second ending that we showed I think is a lot better too. The one I showed you earlier.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot cool. It's cooler visually.
Yeah.
And
I mean the ending theme for the first 30 episodes is pretty cool. It's like it starts off with just Luffy and then gradually more
builds
of them.
on. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but it is kind of boring.
Yeah, it's basic.
Yeah.
Basic.
Maybe that had to do with like the budget or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where we could talk about the production of this anime.
Well, we could talk about
it.
that in like cinematography or something.
Yeah, because there's some things I gotta talk about.
All right, so cross media. There's a lot of stuff that's been produced because of this anime.
Yeah, well, it's been almost 20 years. Oh, we're on what, 19 years now?
Yeah.
And going.
So there's obviously the manga. There's a light novel, or light novels, I should say. There's a ton of video games. There's like probably like 50 to 60 video games or something like that. So the first being in 2000 on the Wonder Swan. Are you familiar with the
I have no idea what that even is.
You don't know the Wonder Swan? Okay, so are you familiar with Gunpei Yokoi?
Yeah.
He's the guy that, if you guys don't know, he's the inventor of the Game Boy.
Game Boy, yeah.
He also invented the D-pad, if you didn't know.
I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool.
He's the one that designed it for, I think it was Donkey Kong, the Game & Watch Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And the Game & Watch is actually the inspiration for the DS, how it looks.
Yeah.
Like clamshell
It looks
design.
exactly like it.
Yeah. So the Wonder Swan is after the Virtual Boy failed, he went on his own and he developed the Wonder Swan. I don't know with what company, but the Wonder Swan is it's a handheld console, and it has like a bunch of it has Final Fantasy games and stuff like that.
That's weird.
Yeah, so
Is
it's actually pretty cool.
Is it one of those consoles just lost to time? It's like,
yeah, there's very very few people. It's like the Neo Geo Pocket. Like nobody ever talks about.
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say, or like the Nomad.
Yeah, the Sega Nomad or the Atari Lynx.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. And what else was there? And the first U.S. release of One Piece game was Grand Battle, which is just a fighting game. A lot of the
fighting games made it over.
Yeah, a lot of the fighting games made it over here. And one North American release that I want to talk about is the GBA version. It's just called One Piece. It's actually a side-scrolling beat 'em up game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's more platformy beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And that one actually won an award for best platformer in 2005 by GameSpy.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So there's also One Piece Pirates Carnival for the GameCube, which is a party game, like a bunch of mini games.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that for the YouTube channel or something.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Apparently it has really bad reviews.
Oh man.
Another game that has really bad reviews is the 3DS version, 3DS game called Romance Dawn, which is a RPG. That there's a few One Piece RPGs. I think this one's the most current one. I think, but people pan it for being really slow
Oh, okay.
and really boring, and repetitive.
No, okay. You
If
don't
you-
want
if-
that in your RPG.
Yeah, if you look at like the game is, you could tell that like okay, it looks pretty boring. I would still play it though. And I think the most recent game is on the Nintendo Switch, believe it or not, and it's a remake of World Red or Unlimited World Red, which was a Vita game, I think.
Okay.
So it was redone for the Nintendo Switch and PS4.
Oh, that's cool.
And up and coming, there's going to be a One Piece VR game, which I'm kind of excited about.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. It depends on what kind of game it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a fighting game, I wouldn't want to play that.
Yo, I don't know. I can't even
I can't even picture
figure out
how,
what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Unless it's like you're just on the pirate ship,
yeah,
sailing and
exploring
stuff.
the ship, hanging out with the cast.
Yeah, I'd play that.
I guess.
So other than the video games, there's actually a Barati restaurant that opened in 2013.
Is it still open? Do you know if it's?
I don't know if it's still open, but that'd be pretty cool to go to.
Yeah, the One Piece Cafe.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of anime that has different cafes out in Japan.
Yeah.
With the different themed
Mm-hmm.
things. Like I know like your brother-in-law. Did he go to the Gundam Cafe? I don't know if he did or
he
not.
He might have.
I know a bunch of my friends who go there. They go to the Gundam Cafe and they say it's badass.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Like I've heard a story about the Gundam Cafe where it's the stall, the bathroom stall is a Gundam cockpit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then if you press a button, it shuts off all the lights in the bathroom and it starts playing the Gundam like startup noises.
That is so cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if the One Piece stuff had One Piece.
It's a replica of the restaurant.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yo, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I want to break a table in there.
Oh, I know. Do you get to fight the?
Are the
The
waiters
chefs?
rude?
Exactly.
He's like, "Do you want food, dumbass?" Or something.
Dumbass. You crooks.
Yeah. So along with that, there's also an indoor theme park in Tokyo Tower,
The One Piece themed.
One Piece themed.
That's so cool.
There's also a cafe there, but it's from something later in the series.
Oh, that's still really cool though.
Yeah. There's also a trading card game. There was a Kabuki play
Wow, you
by
were
One Piece.
Yeah, you weren't lying about this cross media.
Yeah, there's a Kabuki play. That's so weird.
Oh my goodness.
But the Kabuki play is like it's long gone. You can't watch that anymore.
Nah.
And supposedly apparently there's gonna be an American live action series.
Yeah, I was just about to say that right now if that was on your list. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people about that. They don't know how they feel.
Yeah,
I don't want to see the stretchy arms in real life.
I know, right?
That's gonna look
is
so
really-
weird.
I mean, you remember the Dragon Ball Z movie?
Oh, my
How
God.
bad that was.
Oh, you seen? I don't know if you've seen any of the live action American like Death Note movie or not.
No.
That one's really bad.
I know those exist. Yeah, and then I guess the Last Airbender as well was
No.
kind of sucked, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wasn't good.
All right. So that's all I have for like the facts. There is a lot more, I'm sure. So next, like whenever we cover this again,
When
we
we
can,
revisit it, we can always. There's always room for more.
yeah, I could talk more about the trading card game or something.
Oh God, it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know, every big anime has like a trading card game attached to it.
Really? Does Bleach have one?
I would imagine so. I know Dragon Ball Z, the Super has a card game that's really big, actually really big right now
Wow, that
in the
sounds fun.
States. I have a few friends who actually play it and they really like it. There's even like even smaller anime has card games. I don't know if you heard of the company's called Weiss Schwartz.
No, never. Really.
So like they have, like there's a Haruhi card game,
Yeah.
trading card game that you can buy boosters and stuff. Like I don't know if you can still get them now, but
That sounds like it'd be expensive if you want to like start playing
Start
that
playing
again
it
now.
now.
Yeah.
Like it's super niche though. That's the
Mhm.
like why Schwartz the series by itself is really niche,
Uh-huh.
and then like to get into the like a niche of the niche would be even worse.
I know we didn't talk about it, but Haruhi had a bunch of games too.
Oh, that's like I said, we eventually have to go back to that. And
Yeah, we'll probably have to redo that episode because of all the problems we had with it.
all right, so let's do you want to get into the topics?
Yeah, let's go into the topics.
All right, so let's hit art and cinematography. All right, I think we do need to expand this into budget, or we can talk about budget with our general and final thoughts.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say about, but I should have said it earlier. But the budget for this anime, you can see it in its cinematography,
Yeah.
especially like how choppy the animation gets at times,
Mhm.
or how the freeze frames on certain
yeah.
things.
Yeah, it's just like a freeze frame and it's like slowly pans in or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You can see how much they're trying to squeeze out of every dollar they got.
Yeah. I wrote that too. Like I wrote that they for the cinematography they like reuse a lot of the same stuff. Like and the one that I remember is that during the fight with Don Craig in the Sanji arc, there's like a part where Don Craig like hits like the mast of the boat and like creates some sort of bridge.
Oh, and then Luffy's running on the mast.
Yeah, Luffy's running on the bridge and and then Don Craig shoots him with like those pointed
Yeah.
metal spear things, and then he runs back like he flees, and then after a little bit he runs after again.
Does
and,
it again,
and-
the
and
same
it's
thing.
The same thing.
Yeah. Now that you say, I remember that part too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I guess I mentioned that one thing. I guess they spent a lot of their money on the music. They had to have,
Mm-hmm.
because the music's just so good.
Yeah.
The cinematography in here, there's a lot of cool shots, but I think the budget just kind of hurts it.
Yeah. You could tell that it was like they did what they could with what they had.
Yeah. I have in my notes. It's a kind of it's a cross between. How I put it, it's a cross between, Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you know that. I think I told you last week, but I think it's the One Piece author and the Fairy Tail author had the same master.
Yeah.
They learned under, and so like a lot of their designs are like
Similar.
super similar. And the only reason why I think like Fairy Tail looks better like than One Piece is because it's a lot newer,
Yeah.
and One Piece just looks dated. It just looks old.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Well,
like
it is old.
yeah, it is old, exactly. But that's why I said like it's almost the cross between, because it is between, like timeline wise, it's between Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. It is.
And not just, it looks really. I think like the designs of each character is really really cool.
Oh yeah. All the characters look really cool.
Like I don't think there's anyone that I have particularly any problems with. Even like the side characters look really cool.
Yeah.
Um.
One thing I want to say is that with the art style, I'm like one thing with this podcast. Like I always like, it's gonna be my thing that I like when characters switch clothes.
Oh yeah.
And Nami changed like 3 times in the span of these 30 episodes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I
really like that.
Then you must being about that. Then you must have loved the Endless Eight. Then
Oh yeah, I enjoyed watching that.
every episode was just new clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one pet peeve of mine. It used to be a pet peeve, but not anymore. Just because like it happens so often that anime characters never change clothes.
Yep. That's why I like it when it happens.
Yeah. I really like. I guess I don't know. Also, constant from the both of us is the use of colors in this anime is really, really, really cool.
Yeah, they use a lot of colors. Like speaking of colors, like the one shot that I remember is like when they were sending Gin off onto that one boat and everybody was piled on.
up.
There was like so many colors in that one shot. Like all the pirates had like their own color hair. Everybody had different colored clothes on. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
it was really cool detail.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is I don't know why it just sticks out to me I just really like that scene of Sanji bringing Luffy up from the ocean.
Oh yeah.
and he looks up into the sky. I think that's what one of my friends was trying to tell me, that the all blue is the sky.
Oh.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
I think that's he was trying to tell me. I have to confirm with that, but it would make sense because like in the I don't know if I said it in the sub, but as he was swimming up,
Yeah.
and he sees the sky through the ocean. He does mention like, oh, the all blue.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the fish. He does mention it in the sub.
Yeah,
I thought he was talking about the fish. I thought the all blue was right there where they were at.
yeah, right. But well, that's what I think what it is. I don't think they have said it yet. But my friend was telling me like if you read in between the lines, you can see where the all blue's at.
Okay. And one thing also about the colors, I don't know if like the Blu-ray fixes this or anything, but it's kind of like muddled. I would say a little bit. Like
Maybe
it's kind of flat. They do use a lot of colors, but nothing really pops.
Yeah, I see that. And that just because it's old.
Yeah, I think it's probably has to do with his age.
It's
It's not really a knock against it. Like your budget is what your budget is.
well, look at like you can look at Cowboy Bebop
Mm-hmm.
as an example. Just look at any old anime. Usually, not a lot of them like by today's standards are really bright.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of it's dark.
But for it back in its day, like just looking at it, it's really bright.
Yeah.
And that's what I really think that aged really well.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that aged really well was its art style.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's very unique.
yeah, we can go back and watch anime that was from like 2007 and just be like, oh, this looks really bad.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how I felt about I felt about Sunday.
Yeah.
It just looks old, but so does One Piece. But One Piece holds up a lot more.
Yeah, it's very appealing.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Dragon Ball, like the original Dragon Ball's art style,
Mm-hmm.
also holds up really really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a modern one that doesn't hold up well is like Naruto's. Doesn't really hold up.
I guess so. Yeah.
Not as much as the other really big
Anime.
does.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I want to talk like some of my favorite like cinematography scenes are in my favorite arcs and stuff. And one that really sticks out to me is when like Sanji is fighting Gin,
Mhm.
and like he spits the cigarette at his face.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the fight scenes in general are pretty cool,
So
cinematography wise.
this is also a thing with the budget. There's a lot of fight scenes where I had trouble following along, just because the budget wasn't there.
Okay.
Like because it skips too much. Like the animation skips too much,
Mm-hmm.
and like things tend to get lost, like a little
Oh,
lost.
there's like a lot of cuts. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like it's kind of hard. I don't know if you got the same feeling or not,
No,
but
not really.
like I could. There was some fights where I was like, wait, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go back and be like, oh, okay. Like I had to piece it together
Mm-hmm.
to see like what actual move hit. And I don't know. Like I said, like I can't really blame them for what the budget was and what they had.
Yeah, for 1999.
Do you
Yep.
got anything? You got anything else to say about art? Do you got any more favorite cinematography scenes?
No.
No. All right, so let's talk about favorite characters. This is one of my favorite parts of the podcast.
All right, I know you always talk a lot about it. So
The characters in this anime, all of them are really strong.
yeah, all the main characters are strong.
All of them, even all the villains are
Yeah.
pretty strong. So
most of them.
the
are
two
really
of
strong.
them,
Mm-hmm.
or three of them, yeah,
The three
of
that
them.
we've had are pretty strong.
yeah.
Well, I guess technically 4 if you want to count the Hemplapo's dad.
Yeah, I guess so. So go ahead. Who's your? We can go back and forth and see who favorite.
Yeah.
I have a few.
Okay, so for the main cast, it's really hard because I really like all of them, but I'm leaning towards Sanji.
That's not a bad choice at all.
Yeah, he's just like really cool. I really like the badass kind of style. He's like kind of like gangsterish.
Yeah.
really-
That's what I felt with the whole ship.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah, exactly. Who just want to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just the fact like he he smokes unfiltered cigarettes. That was like my
Yeah.
my favorite
Oh, yeah.
detail about it.
He's not. It kind of looks like he rolls them himself or something because
Yeah.
of how jagged it looks at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a tough time deciding who the most badass was
Yeah.
between him or Zoro, which
Yeah.
Zoro is probably my favorite character
Yeah,
of
Zoro's
these first 30
really cool.
episodes.
Hmm.
My favorite part about Zoro is he's so broken they have to write him out of the arcs, because if he was there, things would get solved too quickly.
Really?
So I'll give you an example if you didn't notice. So
Zoro wasn't on the boat.
no, well, so Usopp's arc, right?
Yeah.
In Usopp's arc, where was Zoro the whole time?
He was.
He was stuck on the hill because he couldn't climb up it.
Yeah.
And so that's how they wrote him out of the beginning. Because if he was there at the beginning, it would just get shut down. Like if he got there before the two guys, the two cat henchmen showed up, he would just destroy everybody.
Yeah.
And then in Sanji's arc,
Uh-huh.
they had to bring Hawkeye in to almost kill him, so he's not there. To,
And then he leaves to find Nami.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So it's just so like I've kind of confirmed with my friend, and he tells me like, yeah, almost every arc they have to find a way to write him out in the beginning because he can just rule everybody on the East Blue.
That's
And,
pretty cool.
yeah.
It shows how badass he is.
Yeah, he's so cool. And then just like his whole backstory, which we're gonna get into a little bit later, because I know that episode's your favorite and it's also
Yeah.
mine. I forget what was his friend's name, the girl's name. Do you have her name written down?
Oh no.
Because she's also up there as one of my favorite characters.
Oh, yeah.
Side characters.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, Zoro. Man, I just want more Zoro. Zoro's so badass.
One thing that I really love about Zoro is that one of his special attacks is onigiri,
Yeah.
and that's rice balls.
Onigiri, exactly.
Or if you're familiar with 4Kids, it might be jelly donuts.
Jelly filled donuts, exactly. All right, so who do you got? Go ahead. What's another favorite character you got?
Buggy the Clown is another.
Oh yeah, he's
out of my
pretty good.
out of my all the villains, I really love. Well, all out of the villains of these 30 episodes, Buggy is my favorite.
One of my favorite things about Buggy in the dub is they write a lot of references into his lines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget what it is, but they wrote a lot of musical references into his lines. Also, I can't name you one off the top of my head right now.
And the sub, he only says like stuff flashily or something like that.
Flashily, yeah.
Yeah,
so
go
they,
kill him flashily or something like that.
So they took a little liberty with the dubbing of his lines.
Yeah.
And he does say flashily also, but there's also a lot of like when he's talking to the mayor, there's some musical references in what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot remember.
And you were telling me
what
that
it is.
his Beastmaster dude. That's
Oh, yeah.
another
It's another reference.
another music reference.
Yeah, his line named Richie. So it's like Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
And like when I first saw that, it blew my mind. And apparently that's all around One Piece is like a lot of musical references, a lot of American pop stars.
Yeah, there's like Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
Django. That's like the most obvious one.
It's like Django, Jacko. That's how you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Basically.
So back to Buggy. So like the reasoning why like I would pick Buggy the Clown is because like if I had to pick a crew to be a part of, I would pick Buggy. I wouldn't want to be part of the Black Cats or Don Krieg's.
I don't know. Don Krieg's group's pretty good. I mean,
yeah, they're powerful.
besides Don Krieg being, a psychotic person,
Yeah.
I guess you'd probably be the safest with Buggy.
Mm.
Oh, okay. So actually, I do have a problem with Buggy, but it's more of the going back to the cinematography of it.
Okay.
So another repeating thing is I don't like when anime lies to you.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
And when he's choking the dude
The
with
first time you see him choke somebody.
Exactly, and you just see the dude just getting held up by nothing and choking, but it's in reality it's his hand. Like they want to save that reveal for later. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I even thought that was his power because I I even texted my wife. I was like, "Hey, this character it knows how to use the Force."
None.
Because my wife is a Star Wars, like super Star Wars fan. She was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. That I mean, I think that's what they wanted you to think it's telekinesis, because that's what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, no. It's just his hand
Yeah.
can get ripped off, which is that's a cool the chop fruit.
Yeah. The chop fruit's really cool.
Yeah. Makes me really excited to see more.
Yeah, because he is a recurring character.
Well, I want to see more of him, but I want to see more people who've eaten the fruit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
what other powers there are?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have another favorite?
I have a bunch. So, even though we saw a little bit of him, I really like the design of Hawkeye.
Okay, yeah.
Him with his gigantic cross sword.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And just the fact that he went to go fight Zorro, he didn't think Zorro was worthy enough to fight him, so he pulls out a little dagger.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Like, he makes, like, he's so dangerous that Zorro was shaking.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you know how badass this person was.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and his boat was hella small.
Yo, it's one with a throne on it.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cool. Like, I don't know what they call them in the sub, but in the dub they call them the warlords.
The warlords?
Yeah, the warlords. There's 7 warlords.
No,
They're basically a little bit later on in the next arc they talk about how there's pirates who basically work for the government.
And he's one of them?
And he's one of them.
Oh.
Like they're super strong.
So that's probably why he was after Don Craig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, he's at the Don Craig because he was bored.
Oh yeah.
Because he woke him up.
All right. So
do you have any other favorite?
Yeah, I have a Don Craig himself.
Don Craig is pretty cool, ruthless character.
Yeah, he was a really good bad guy.
I
I really liked how over the top his weapons were and stuff.
Oh yeah, just like
every nook and cranny was a weapon.
Exactly. I thought that was pretty cool. Him being a weapon master.
Uh-huh.
And then especially like when his game is, oh, let me feign being injured or let me feign surrendering, and then I'll mess you up.
Yeah.
You got any? I'm pretty much said everybody I have on mine.
With your favorites?
Yeah. I mean, there's like Luffy.
Yeah, Luffy's cool.
Obviously, he's pretty freaking cool.
Nami is awesome.
The only problem is like we didn't get much of Nami.
Yeah.
And
she's kind of like in the background a little bit.
Yeah, the next arc is all about Nami, and that's when I would have put her. She's probably my favorite character so far that I've seen.
Yeah.
Including that, but I'm not gonna add that in there.
Yeah, and Usopp is cool.
Usopp is okay. I really think he's fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's not. He's like the bottom of the list right now.
Yeah, he would be on the bottom.
But everybody's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew this, but it's Zoro's voice actor is like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, for the English.
Yeah,
the
English.
Oh wow.
And then Usopp is Krillin.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's like it's really cool. Like now when I think of their voices, I don't think of Krillin or Piccolo. I do think of Zoro and Usopp.
That's cool.
And then I forget who. Nami's Lucy Christian.
Oh yeah.
So like she's Tenma.
Great voice actor.
Yeah, Tenma from
School Rumble.
From School Rumble. A lot of different voices. I love her voice so much.
I think Luffy is Colleen Clickenbeard.
Right?
Right?
Colleen Clickenbeard. Yeah. Great cat. It's a great dub cast. I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I know Sanji's voice. I know who it is. I can't tell you who it is.
Oh, the name.
Yeah, like the voice is on. Like when you hear his voice, you're like, I know where I've heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm not exactly sure where what other works voice actor has done, but he's done a bunch.
Okay.
All right, so on to least. I think least is a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It's
like more like okay characters for me.
Yeah. So like mine. I was talking about earlier. It's Johnny and
Johnny's friend.
Johnny's friend.
I don't know
Yeah, the
his
two
name.
bounty hunters, the two headhunters.
Mhm.
I just think they're like whatever character. They're there for comic relief,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with comic relief. Just that they're like nothing characters.
Mhm. I really like. I put Django as another one. Like I didn't really care for him. I mean, he's not a bad character.
Almost any of the cat members of the
Yeah, even Captain Kuro himself was kind of like I think he's like my least favorite out of the three
villains
main villains of
because
this.
his weapons are stupid. The sword hand, the Freddy Krueger sword hands.
Oh yeah, and they're furry.
This is so dumb. I really that's probably like my least favorite arc of the three.
Yeah.
Has to be that one.
Mhm. And his whole plan is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean the only really character I like in that arc is the girl in that arc.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
like the kids, Onion, Pepper, and what's the other one? Carrot.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
like-
they're pretty good too.
Yeah,
You're
I like
right.
them.
But
But his
all
plan,
better than Usopp actually.
but I know I asked you earlier what the butler's name is. Not Kuro, but the other butler
The
that he
old butler.
kills.
Yeah.
And I think that would have thrown a wrench in his plan for all the village people to like him after the girl dies. What's the girl's name? Do you recall the girl's name?
I have no idea. I forget.
Because I'm pretty sure the village people were like, "Oh, what happened to so and so? I haven't seen him in a while."
He's like, I don't know. He's gone.
And then they find out that he's dead.
He's playing this. You gotta make Captain Crow was playing the long game though, like
Yeah.
poison her slowly over time.
I know. That's terrible.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, I have Hemplipo.
Hempupo. I really liked Hempupo actually, just because he's voiced in the English dub by Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, you guys can't see, but I have the Last of Us shirt on, and he was Joel. In The
he was
Last
Joel
of
in The
Us.
Last of Us. He's Booker in dang it, well BioShock Infinite.
Okay.
He also plays a character, the character Kanji in Persona 4 also.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got around. He plays the Joker in a bunch of stuff too
Uh-huh.
now.
Yeah, and he's been in Darker Than Black. If you want to talk about like anime.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. I mean, when he was starting out, he was in a lot of anime.
Yeah.
And he's really good.
Yeah, he's a good voice.
He's a good voice actor. Like he's a voice actor. A lot of voice actors just like Vic Morgana.
Hmm.
He doesn't do any voices.
Yeah.
He just uses his voice.
Hmm.
So yeah, he's a voice actor, but he's like,
He's one note.
yeah, he's a one-note voice actor.
Yeah.
You look at Troy Baker; he's a man of a million voices, and that's what I can appreciate.
And the
about-
example that I gave, Darker Than Black, he plays a British character.
yeah, he has a lot of range.
Hmm.
One of my favorite things is Colleen Clickenberg.
Yeah.
She uses both of her voices in this anime. She uses like her Luffy voice
And a girl voice.
and her like regular voice, like her
Um,
regal voice. She usually uses for
Is she still? I know later in the anime they like grow older. Is she still the voice actor for like older Luffy?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Because it's only 1 year. It's only a 1 year
Yeah,
jump.
I guess so.
They because the voice she uses like on Fairy Tail, it's like regal, and she plays the another character she plays in One Piece is when they go into when the Navy guy goes into Sanji's restaurant
Uh-huh.
and he has that date. She
Oh,
also
she's the
voiced
date?
that
Oh,
had
that's
the
cool.
date. And it was really cool just to hear her like, oh, they're just double using her as talent.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine with over, the 500 episodes they dub, they have to reuse people because there's so many characters.
Yeah. That's another one of the worst characters was that Marine guy or whatever.
I know. I was like, whoa, is this guy? Because he's a lot of these people are really designed.
Mhm.
So like, I have a feeling to be like, oh, this guy's really designed, so he has to be the next villain.
Or he's gonna come back.
Yeah,
To do something.
because you can't just waste
Yeah.
somebody like there's a character in this next arc that he's like really really coolly designed, and then he gets dealt with like in 2 seconds,
That's funny.
and it's just like I won't say it's a waste of a character design, but
It
It's
makes you
just-
feel like he's probably gonna come back.
Yeah, like you gotta do something with it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have any more least favorites?
not really.
I have Hemplipo's dad as well as a least favorite.
Oh,
'Cause
he's cool though. His cool
Oh,
knuckles.
the design and stuff.
Yeah, he has a cool design.
Mm.
I think like him and Hempopo have really cool designs.
Yeah, I was kind of glad when they were like just dealt with like easily by Luffy.
Oh, yeah. But his dad's giant statue.
Oh yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
That Luffy destroys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you said they're like 2-bit,
Mm-hmm.
like chump characters.
Yeah.
They don't really do anything essential to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that on those ones, but it's just they look. But like I mentioned earlier in the art, everybody's like really well designed
Yeah.
and looks really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one thing I would give to them.
Yeah, give them props for that.
Yeah.
You have any more least favorites?
No,
That's all I have
I
too.
think we're good on that one. All right, let's go the
Music.
music. So
It's really good.
really good.
We already really talked about it
I know.
enough. So, I know we really talked about a lot about the music already, but one thing that we didn't really say is one thing that I like music wise is that during those middle episode transition things where they show the wanted posters,
Hmm.
I like that
Everyone has their own chime.
yeah, everybody has their own chime.
Yo, I really like that too. I
Yeah,
really enjoy.
it. It makes me excited for like Nico, Robin, and Choppers.
Yeah, right.
What theirs is gonna sound like.
What's your least favorite chime?
I probably would think Nami's maybe because I don't really remember that one.
I really like Nami because Nami's is a bunch of flute. I think it's
Is it?
flutes. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Then maybe it's maybe Luffy.
I think Sanji's
I
is
love
the one I don't
Sanji's.
like. I don't like Sanji's.
I like it because it's like a jazzy.
Oh, like noir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
know
a jazzy
what?
style.
Yeah.
It fits him. Definitely fits.
You know
him.
what? You right. I'm wrong.
And his wanted poster is dope.
Oh, damn. Even I like Nami's with her doing the okay
Oh yeah.
with her sticking her tongue out. That's
Oh,
pretty cool.
maybe Zoro's is. Do you recall Zoro's?
I don't know. I can't even tell you what Zoro's is.
Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe that's the least.
Yeah, maybe that might be my least favorite.
Since we can't
one.
remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Luffy's.
I don't
is the
remember
most.
Luffy's, but it happens the most.
Yeah,
And I don't remember Zoro's, but I don't think Zoro.
it's not on that.
It's
much.
not as often. The only reason why I really remember Nami's right now is because like Nami, it's like her arc. So
Oh,
there's
they put it.
they
a
play
lot.
it a lot.
Mm.
A lot of like her and Luffy.
Mhm.
Usopp's too, I guess. I don't know what Usopp's is.
Usopp's is like it kind of sounds like a funny thing. Like I don't know.
Like Goofy.
Yeah, like a goofy sound effect.
I would imagine that. But yeah, I don't know, I can't believe like I totally forgot like those, they're called eye catches. I don't know if you knew that
No.
was the phrase. Yeah, they're called eye catches.
Huh.
And a lot of anime now, I mean, like Crunchyroll doesn't add them in there. Like you can't see them. Like a lot of anime
really?
does have little eye catches like that.
Huh.
And
Maybe it's a good. Is it in the Funimation one?
yeah, it is. But in the Crunchyroll, like when Crunchyroll uploads new anime, they don't
include
put
it?
eye catches. And those eye catches are now like not as
Needed.
or common as I think they were.
Yeah,
like,
it
back
kinda
in the
makes
day.
It kind of makes sense that they don't need it because you're watching like everything all the way through. You're not.
Yeah, you don't
there's
need
no
'em.
commercial break. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just weird. I don't think I don't. Maybe there's anime does it now less. Maybe it's more of a thing of a bygone era.
Mhm.
Like I'm not sure because I don't watch
Japanese TV.
I don't watch Japanese TV and I don't watch like torrents and like rips of anime anymore
Yeah.
that are just recorded off of people's TVs. Like I don't watch that anymore, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you either.
Yeah, but I really miss eye catches. They're pretty cool.
And I think music would be the best time to talk about the sound effects.
Oh yeah.
So
The really fun cartoony sound effects.
yeah, like some of the examples that I like really stick out to me is like when Sanji was hurt and like he was trying to get up and like his bones were like super crackly.
Oh yeah,
It's like a brutal kind of sound.
and all of his ribs just destroyed.
Yeah.
Also my favorite part about that is so Sanji couldn't get up because all of his ribs were broken, and then like at the epilogue of it, he's just walking on normal. It's fine.
Yeah.
His ribs
He swims.
fixed. Yeah, exactly. He just swam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sound effects really, really like was like cringe. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Scooby Doo cartoons and stuff
Yeah. Not a lot of anime has. I don't feel like a lot of the sound effects are used really often.
like that. Yeah, other than like swords clinging or something like that.
So this is a little off topic. You can cut this out if you want.
Okay.
But one of my pet peeves, I've been thinking about it recently because we were watching Will Only God Knows, and it happens a lot in there. It happens in a lot of romance anime. It happens in a lot of just regular anime when somebody reaches for something and the other person touches their hand.
Okay.
There's always like a slap. Like I've never reached for something so hard that I slap someone's hand. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Oh my goodness!
Give me an example of like when it happened in the world.
So it's like, it's such like a passive thing of like, Kamo would be reaching for somebody would be reaching for something, and Kamo would go and reach for it, and then like they like hit hands, but like
Oh, it's like a smack.
yeah, like hit hands and like oh, and like
And they
but,
get
like,
embarrassed or something.
yeah. Like it happens in a lot of anime.
Yeah.
But the sound effect of like hands slapping together, I've never reached for something like casually
Yeah, to casually just try to grab something,
and then like
and it made a loud
slapping
enough sound to hear.
Yeah. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. You can cut this out. It was bugging me these last couple weeks because like I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you hitting them?
Like you're like super smacking them.
Exactly.
But do you have any other sound effects that you remember? one that I remember is Zeph when he's like touching his mustache. It's like a boing boing. Boing.
Yeah, exactly. The his springing sound.
Yeah.
I don't really have any other off the top of my head.
Yeah, but there's like
There's a lot of cool ones.
I think when Zoro was like trying to get up the hill in Usopp's arc when it was like slippery.
Yeah.
I think it did like that Scooby Doo running sound effect.
Gosh dang it. All right, so the worst episode.
Worst episode.
And I have no problem with saying this is the worst episode. Usually we have a qualifier saying like, oh, it's the least favorite episode. This is the worst.
Yeah, mostly because you didn't even remember it.
Yeah, you had to remind me, and I've watched it twice now.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not remember it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so this is the episode where they go to the treasure island and they meet that one weird guy stuck inside the chest.
Yeah, which is kind of
This is like the epitome of the filler episode. It's like if you go in a dictionary and look up filler episode, it's a link to this episode.
Exactly, but it's the worst kind of filler episode because it's not even fun.
Yeah.
It's just boring. Nothing happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
and nothing.
it's a filler. Nothing's supposed to happen.
Does the guy give him anything or anything?
I have no idea. I don't. Like I said, I don't even.
Yeah, I don't even know if like there was a point to that episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than giving that guy a character we don't care about closure.
Exactly. I don't know. The episode I could, like I said, I forgot about it. You could take it out.
Yeah, you could definitely take it out. I mean, like sometimes we say that we can take out an episode or take out a character and it'll be fine, but this one you definitely can take it out and the anime will be fine.
Yeah. Do you have any more?
But no, I don't have any other least favorite episodes.
Okay, so if this episode was like a crappy main course, right, or maybe even a crappy appetizer, the next episode is like a creme brulee. It's one of my favorite episodes of the series. Jumping into to favorites.
Oh, okay.
So the next episode is the Three Swords style. So you get to learn about Zoro's past.
Yeah.
My goodness, is that a great episode?
Really good episode.
There's just a lot of like there's a lot of themes going on
Mhm.
in that episode. Like there's like gender equality,
Yeah.
a lot of like
Following your own dreams and stuff like that.
exactly heartbreak.
Yeah.
I want to say even
Defeat.
defeat, love. A lot goes on in that 15 minutes of anime,
Yeah.
and you get like the the comedy of in the beginning with Luffy and Usopp trying to hit the coral reef, the rock
yeah.
with the cannon.
Mhm.
Then you get the ending with Johnny
Yeah, Johnny
all bloodied from
from the
getting
cannon
hit,
blast.
The cannon
Yeah.
blast. The episode has everything, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
A lot, just because Zoro is my favorite. A lot of the Zoro centric episodes in this 30 episodes are like really, really good.
Yeah.
Like even when they first meet Zoro, like that's one of my favorite moments is when he's strung up on the cross.
Yeah.
It's just pretty brutal.
And he's there for his like own will.
Yeah, and
He wasn't captured or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any other favorite episodes?
I wrote the Sanji's arc. I really enjoyed. I mean, I know that's more than one episode, but I really like.
Yeah, that arc is probably my favorite arc of the three.
Mm-hmm. I really liked Sanji's fight with Gin. I actually like Gin as a character as well.
Gin's also really cool, like his design and his
I hope he
weapons.
survives.
Oh yeah, I would really want him to come back eventually. I don't know if he ever is gonna come back eventually, but it'd be really cool to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
One of my my second favorite episodes, also in that arc, is the Hawkeye.
Oh yeah,
the Hawkeye episode.
Yeah, Hawkeye versus Zoro.
Yeah, and Zoro just gets his his crap pushed in.
Yeah, I mean
super hard, like
with the tiny dagger.
I also really enjoy that. His other two swords broke, but his special sword, the
white one, it
stayed
fine. I really like that too.
Oh my goodness! Like I'm really excited because as far as I'm in, Zoro only still has one sword, but he's at the fight yet, or they haven't shown him fighting yet. But I really want to see how he goes with one sword. Yeah, that Hawkeye episode, just like how cool they set up this one character. Is like he's like leisurely on his little boat.
Yeah.
Coming to kill all of I'm gonna say Zangief. It's kind of it doesn't even look like Zangief. I don't know why. Because we were talking about Zangief earlier. What is his name again? It's
Don Krieg?
Don Krieg. There you go. Yeah, just coming to kill Don Krieg's whole armada.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But I also hate how they write him out just as fast. It's like he's there just to take out Zoro, and then
he leaves.
That's it.
Yep. And he was there just because he was bored.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the fight with Luffy and Don Krieg was pretty cool.
Oh, really? Go when Luffy's just taking the hits.
Yep. I don't know what really the point of was. Him trying to break the spearhead thing. What was the point of that?
I don't know.
I mean, because it could still explode if he hits him.
You're right. I don't know. That was weird. Maybe so he doesn't get pierced.
I guess so.
I don't know. That was a little weird to me too.
Yeah.
All right. So do you got any final thoughts?
Well, I want to talk about a little bit more about.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing that I really enjoyed about that episode or that fight is that when Luffy breaks the armor, it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's just taking his shots at him and
doing the Gatling gun and
then Don Krieg is just calling him dumb as he does it.
Yeah.
That scene was actually pretty cool.
And it also raises the question like what is Luffy's limit of stretching, because when he does that, like the gavel, like when he twists his legs and then throws the Don Krieg onto the ship, he seems like he's really stretched, right?
Yeah.
But in the arc with Buggy the Clown, he's trying to reach for food, and it didn't seem like it was that far, and he couldn't reach it. So That's kind of I don't know.
I think it's more like shh.
Maybe his legs are more stretchy than his arms.
I'm thinking it's anime. Don't question it. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking about.
All right.
All right. So, do you got any general or final thoughts on this anime?
There's one thing that I did dislike about one episode. Not one episode. This one scene in Sanji's arc
Mm-hmm.
that I want to bring up. Okay, so Luffy can't swim because of the devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
He gets trapped into that metal net,
The net.
and he falls all the way down. Sanji goes to go after him, and he's they
broken
show
ribs and all.
yeah, broken ribs and all, and he sees that the net is all tangled. Right, we get a shot of it being all tangled, and him struggling, but then after like a little bit, there's like an opening at the end, and he just pulls him out like nothing.
I don't know if you also
I think it
noticed
was
too, like
kinda
he was
like-
losing breath too while that was happening.
He even talked. Down
yeah, he
there.
talked it. That's why I don't understand. I was like, well, geez, hold your breath. Don't talk.
Don't talk. Just save him.
Exactly.
But it just seems so anticlimactic because you think that he has to do something special in order to get Luffy out,
And then he just pulls him out from
and
the
he just
bottom.
pulls him out. Yeah, super easy.
Yeah, that was a weird scene also.
Yeah, because the whole shot of it, you seeing it that's all tangled, makes you think that it's
It's going to be harder than it is to get him out.
and he just takes him out easily. That's one thing that's the only thing that I really disliked about the Sanji arc.
One of my favorite things is like Luffy hits the water and starts sinking, and everyone's just like cheering.
Oh yeah,
And I was like, "Yo, no one's gonna go save him."
I know everybody's all happy. Like,
Oh.
yeah, cheer, a chore boy, yeah, woohoo!
Yo, okay, so that was one of my favorite details of that arc was that Sanji didn't know his name.
Oh yeah,
Sanji just kept calling him Chore Boy.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty cool.
really enjoy for some that weird detail. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Uh.
Also, with that arc, one episode that I enjoy, or one scene that I enjoyed, was when Luffy was trying to help in the kitchen. and
Oh,
he
just
kept,
messing up.
just kept breaking everything.
Oh my god.
I really found that hilarious.
I also appreciate Sanji's love for Nami.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I think it's pretty hilarious.
we got another Brock on our hands.
I know. I love.
But is he like that with all women? I wonder.
Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know if they show him if he's more like that, but whenever he's around an attractive woman, even Zeph says it. You flirt with any woman under 80 that
Wow.
walks in here.
That's funny.
So he's a Casanova for sure.
Yeah, one thing that I really like about Sanji is like his customer service is really bad.
Oh, I think everybody's customer service in there is pretty
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
That's just the restaurant.
Yeah, but my favorite thing that he did was he was pouring somebody a glass of wine, and then like I think Luffy was messing up.
He goes, here, pour the rest
Here,
of it yourself.
pour the rest of yourself. Yeah, I
I
really.
was like, Jesus.
But
That's
that's all I really have.
I have like I said, a lot of these characters are really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have trouble saying like who's the coolest character on this cast.
I think that has to do with because aside from Nami, we spend a lot of time and we learn a lot about their backstory of each character. We learn a lot
Yeah.
about Luffy. We learn a lot about Usopp and Zoro and Sanji. Like we didn't really learn anything about Nami,
Nami,
when she
not-
was
yeah,
a kid. Not yet, at
yeah.
least. So I think that's probably the reason why we're like so attached to these characters.
Yeah,
Even in just 30 episodes, like
the character work in this anime is really good, and
Mhm.
I really enjoy
the
it.
story is really great.
And for what I've heard, they keep it up. They keep up the characters get better and better as time goes on,
Wow.
which is really cool. Which is really nice.
and really exciting.
Yeah, I really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so accessibility really easy. Anybody
Yeah.
can watch it.
Anybody can watch this.
Um,
The only thing that I would say would deter people from watching this is the amount of episodes.
yeah, that's what terrifies me about
Yeah.
One Piece is just how many episodes are in here.
It's daunting. It's like this has to be like the most episodes in an anime or something, and it's
It has
barely
to be one of
halfway
them.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
but anybody can watch this.
yeah.
I would say just give some episodes a try, and then
you don't have to take them all at once.
Yeah,
Like we were talking about it earlier. Like we want to keep doing One Piece.
Yeah.
Like every so often we'll go back to it. Maybe I don't know how. Maybe everyone will have a thing, or maybe we'll have like some cutouts of One Piece.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Well, we'll talk about it. And
yeah.
we'll let you guys know if what we decide.
And then where can we? You can find it almost anywhere.
Yeah, it's like on Hulu. I'm not really sure about Netflix.
It has to be on Netflix.
Yeah, it has to be on Netflix.
But it's on Hulu.
It's on
you get them on
Crunchyroll.
Amazon, Crunchyroll. The Funimation app is like the best place to find the dub. I think it's the only place legally you can find the dub.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can probably find it on any of those. There's like a lot of random dub apps now that are out. But you can find it there on Funimation's app for sure. Even though that Funimation app I would not recommend at all using unless you really want to watch dubs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Rewatchability. I kind of hinted at this before. This is my second time watching these first 30 episodes, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Wow. This is also my second time watching through it. Well, I only made it to like where Chopper was, so
yeah. So
I'm not too far into it, but I've watched the first 30 episodes twice already.
Yeah, so it's not. It's really easy. I could if I had to, I could maybe do it again.
Yeah,
they're really fun watches.
Mm-hmm.
Changes we would make. Don't know because we're not done with it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can't really make any changes because
we don't know if they ever make any change.
Like, because I'm sure the quality gets better with the more popular it gets.
Nope. That's the one bad thing I've heard about One Piece is
it stays the same.
The quality, the money in it stays the same. It does not get. It might get marginally better, but it doesn't get much better. The Toei's known for being cheap. In their production.
So do they reuse like what I was talking about? Like reuse the same running scene?
I don't see that bugs me. Like choppy animation bugs me, but it's whatever. It's good to do. But when you reuse scenes, like that's what makes me like, oh come on, really?
Yeah.
Like I really hope they don't use the same like running animation on stuff. That's when you know when they're really pinching the pennies. So yeah, it doesn't. From what I've heard, like Toei just stays cheap, and I actually like
that's probably like because a company's standard with a company that old, right? They're probably like just worried, being in like.
But look how much
about money.
Look how much production they put into it, and look how big it is still.
Yeah,
like on the Japanese TV ratings, on like overall ratings, it's always in the top 5.
Really?
Yeah. That and really Detective Conan also is up there as like always in the top 5 most viewed thing of that week.
Wow.
So it's very popular and they don't got to spend much on it.
Wow.
So it's like maximizing your profits.
Okay.
And which is sad.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't know if we ever get to it, but I actually don't really enjoy the character designs a lot more in this than when after the year jump.
Oh, okay.
They look kind of weird after the art change.
Yeah, I've only seen like the poster on Crunchyroll, so I don't really have too much of an opinion on it.
I mean, I don't have that much of an opinion on it either because I've only seen like screen caps and pictures of the cast when they're older.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, like the big boob Nami.
Yeah, and you told me Usopp's buff or something like that.
Yeah, it's really weird. But I was gonna say, jumping back to changes we'd make, more production quality.
Yeah, I guess that's like the only.
That's the only thing I could say. Mm-hmm. Everything else so far, cause it is 100 episodes, so it is slow playing.
Yeah,
a little bit, but you expect that from an episode that has 1 million episodes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna get plot dumps. You're not gonna get immediate closure to certain things.
Yeah.
And
it's really playing the long game.
Yeah, and I really enjoy it. I also like general final thoughts. Go back real quick. They leave a lot of breadcrumbs. I don't know if you caught that or not.
What do you mean?
So they leave a lot of information on the table, but don't really bring it up.
Okay.
So like they mention the next bad guy in for Nami's arc.
Yeah, the wanted poster, right?
Yeah, the wanted poster, but they also they mention him like in a scene.
Do they?
Yeah, like they talk about Fishman in the I know in the dub they did. They talk about the Fishmen for a little bit. Like they mentioned the Fishmen and the Fish Island.
Ring a bell.
Yeah, exactly. It's an offhand comment,
Okay.
but they talk about it. Like they talk about the world building of it basically in like little comments.
Okay.
Or they talk about that villain real quick too, like by name. They mention him by name, but they never really bring him up.
So it's like foreshadowing and stuff.
Yeah, the foreshadowing is really really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then like or like one of my favorite foreshadows, just because I know a little bit about the crew later, like they're all sitting in the mess hall on the Mary, and they're like oh man, like Luffy's like, oh man, you know what we really need? And they're like, oh, a cook. He's like, a musician.
Yeah.
And like it's just really like cool of like in 100 or so 200 or so episodes we're gonna see musicians finally show up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really cool that they kind of hinted at it coming in.
Yeah, he always
later
wanted
on.
one.
All right, so
Rating. You want to? Do you want to?
it's not okay. I'm not stalling because it's a don't watch. It's a watch. It's a for sure watch.
Yeah, for sure. Watch it. But what are you gonna say?
I kind of want to get a high recommendation, but it's I'll give it's a mid recommendation.
Okay.
It's a mid. It's not.
Why? Because of the choppiness of it.
Yeah. Like if it was
I can
overall
understand that,
better quality, but I think the character work makes up for it. The character work and the character design way makes up for.
And the story.
Yeah, exactly. Makes up for a lot of its downfalls.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just because like we're not done with it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying it, but I'm having trouble giving it a high recommendation.
Yeah, just because of those faults.
Yeah.
Just because of all the stuff that it's good about it, it doesn't really make up for everything that it faults for.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like I said, I'm really, really
excited, digging
it.
Yeah,
and
it's really cool.
The arc that I'm watching right now is really, really good. I can't wait for you to watch it.
Yeah. Once we decide to do the next episode about One Piece, then I'll watch it. I stopped at 30.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna probably.
And I'm gonna keep my notes just in case.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep going. Like I was telling Jay, this is like my dinner show. Like I'll eat dinner and put on some One Piece and just chip away at it. No, it's good. It's just a medium recommend. Like I feel bad giving like a light recommendation.
Yeah, it's like a medium.
It's like a medium.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah, it's like.
Hopefully our viewers understand that too.
Yeah, I was like putting like a number on it. It's like a solid 7.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. So you heard it here first, guys. Swimming is overrated.
Exactly. All right, Jay. So after grabbing, the anime bull by the anime horns, it's my turn this week to pick an anime.
I'm always excited with what you have to pick.
Okay. So this week, I figured out that we have enough time has passed, so I'm choosing another Studio Bones anime.
Okay.
So get strapped in because we are watching Mob Psycho 100.
Did you send me?
I sent you the theme to the song.
This is the one where it's kind of like ugly looking, but they make it nice, right?
Yes. So my favorite thing about this is it's done by his manga author name is One. Yeah. And he has a very rough art style because he's not a classically trained artist.
He just does it by himself or something.
Yeah. So like he created the first thing he ever made. I don't know if it's the first thing he ever made, but the one thing that he's really known for is One Punch Man.
Okay, yeah.
And the original One Punch Man manga is like horribly drawn because he's not a good drawer at all.
All right.
And when they adapted One Punch Man, they actually got, I forget what the guy, somebody I think on Shonen Jump redid the manga and drew it in a better style, and they adapted that better style
into the
anime.
Okay.
And what Bones did was they got the original material and made it from that, and made it and kind of, I don't want to say like, I guess like Bones-ified it. Like it looks rough still.
But it's still pretty looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember from what you showed me, it was really good looking.
Yeah, and
very vivid and
exactly. I think you cut this out too, but I think we should watch the first episode together.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. But yeah, the first episode is really cool. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, don't tell me anything.
But there's a reason why it's Mob Psycho. Like the number 100 is a big deal in there, and it's really cool because it plays off of shonen tropes. And after coming off of one of the biggest shonens of all time,
yeah,
it's really it's
very
fresh.
Fitting. Okay, so how many episodes is it?
12 and an OVA.
Is the OVA available?
It's on Crunchyroll. They just added it. It's an hour long.
Okay, that's fine. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Well, especially since it's only 12 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well add that in there. What kind of anime is it? What genre?
It's, I want to say it's not a shonen. It's a parody of a shonen anime.
Okay.
It's more of a seinen
like
than anything. Comedy,
like
seinen,
oh,
action.
Okay. Comedy action?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really good.
All right.
Really good.
I'm super excited. I was hoping that you would pick this anime one day.
Yeah, ever
since you showed me that opening theme.
I've been biding my time because I don't want to put too many. There's another Bones anime I really want to do. There's a lot of Bones anime I want to do. I just don't want to put them all together because there's only so much I can gush about Bones every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, there's a few Bones anime I want to do.
Yeah, I have an anime that's I'm really itching to tell you about because of the theme.
Oh, and, is that next week? Is that a teaser?
That's what I'm gonna choose next week.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So if you like us on SoundCloud, follow us on SoundCloud. We also have a YouTube channel of the same name, Anime Cherry Bomb. Please subscribe to us.
Future content coming soon.
Yep, we'll probably be doing like Let's Plays or something like that of like anime related stuff.
Yeah.
Just like what we mentioned earlier, we might play that party game, One Piece game.
That'd be really fun. I actually it would be really fun. Also, we can do some visual novel games. Would be pretty fun too.
I've actually done Katawa Shoujo.
Did you?
Yeah, it's on my channel, on my personal YouTube channel.
Like I've always wanted to play Danganronpa with somebody.
Okay, yeah,
especially like since you don't know anything about
the series.
Yeah, that's gonna be super fun. Also,
all right.
Yeah, like Jay said, like, subscribe, comment, share.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions, leave a comment. You could comment on SoundCloud, comment on YouTube.
Tell us would you rather want the chop fruit or the gum fruit?
Oh yeah, personally, I think the chop fruit's better.
Chop fruit is pretty cool.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait until we see what other gum fruits there are.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So I think that's the end of the podcast.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Later.
Later.